You come into this world with nothing but a shiver. The cold bites deep, cutting through your skin like a blade. Before you can even take your first breath, your mother presses against you, her massive body shielding you from the icy wind. You don't know it yet, but without her, you wouldn't last a day, and you're already at a disadvantage. Your skin is thin, stretched tightly over weak muscles. No thick blubber to insulate you. No protection from the brutal Arctic air. Other walrus calves are warm, their bodies packed with fat from their mother's rich milk. But you tremble. Your blood vessels pumping furiously near the surface to keep you from freezing. It won't always be like this. Every gulp of milk you drink will add layers to your body, thickening you up for the battles ahead. But right now you're vulnerable. Your mother moves and you follow, your flipper slipping clumsily on the frozen ground. She moves with heavy grace, her tusks scraping the ice as she leads the way. They are huge, covered in scratches from years of survival. Meanwhile, you have nothing. No weapons, no strength, no wobbly flippers that barely know how to work. You won't start growing tusks for another 2 years, and even then, they'll be useless until you learn how to wield them. Then suddenly, your world disappears. Your mother shoves you forward, and you drop straight into the water. It swallows you whole, the icy cold cutting through you like 1,000 tiny needles. You try to kick, to push yourself upward, but your body doesn't understand how. Panic sets in, your tiny flippers flailing as you sink deeper and deeper. And your mother? She watches from above, waiting. She won't save you. Not yet. If you don't figure this out, you don't belong here. Your instincts scream at you. Move, kick, do something. You try to push down with your flippers, but it does nothing. The water tugs at you, pulling you further into the dark. Then something clicks. You push harder, your back flippers propelling you upward. You rise. A second later, you burst through the surface, gasping for air. Your mother dives beneath you, circling, waiting to see what you do next. But she doesn't give you the time to recover. She nudges you from below, pushing you forward. You kick, following her lead. The process is slow, frustrating, exhausting, but it works. For the next few weeks, you barely leave her side. You copy everything she does, learning when to dive, when to breathe, and when to rest. Your muscles strengthen, your movements become smoother, and little by little you start to survive. Until one day, survival becomes a race against death. It starts with silence. Your mother lifts her head, the other walruses do the same. A deep, uneasy stillness settles over the herd. Something is wrong, and you can feel it in your bones. Then your mother lets out a deep, rumbling call. The herd explodes into motion. Walruses slide off the ice, crashing into the water as fast as their massive bodies allow. Your mother doesn't hesitate. She turns, herding you forward. Your heart pounds as you stumble, flippers scraping against the rough ice. Then you see it. A polar bear, massive, silent, deadly. It moves with slow, deliberate steps, its eyes locking on the calves that haven't made it to the water yet. It's not interested in the adults. They're too big, too strong. It's looking for something smaller, something weaker, something like you. Your mother disappears beneath the ice, but you're still stuck on the surface. Your flippers slip, your body drags. The bear picks up speed, its paws thudding against the ice. It knows exactly who it's chasing now, and it isn't stopping. You push harder, the bear lunges, and the ice disappears beneath you. You drop into the water just as the bear's claws swipe through empty air. Cold slams into you, and for a moment everything is silent. Then a splash, a heavy, thundering splash. The bear jumped in. It's faster than you, much faster. You kick trying to escape, but it's gaining ground. Panic surges through you, your breath hitching as you realize you can't outrun it. Then something rushes past you. Your mother. She crashes into the bear's side, ramming it away before it can reach you. The bear twists, massive paws swinging at her, but she's already turned, circling back around. She's cutting off its path, forcing it to focus on her instead. You don't stop to watch. You swim, pushing forward with everything you have. Behind you, the water churns as your mother keeps the bear at bay. Then silence. You glance back. The bear is climbing out of the water. It limps across the ice, dripping, defeated. It disappears into the distance, searching for easier prey. You press close to your mother, your body trembling. You were lucky, this time. But next time you might not be. Time passes, you grow. At 3 years old, things start to change. You're bigger now, no longer tied to your mother's side. But the herd is always moving, always shifting. Every walrus fights for the best spots on the ice, and the older bulls don't have to ask. Their sheer size and massive tusks do all the talking. But the younger walruses, they have to prove themselves. You find a solid chunk of ice and settle in. It's a good spot, thick, stable, not too crowded. You close your eyes, letting yourself rest. Then, something nudges your side. You open your eyes, another young walrus stands over you. His stance clear. He wants his spot. And he's not asking nicely. You don't move. He shoves harder, his body pressing into yours. You spread your flippers, gripping the ice. Then he swings his head, his small but sharp tusks scraping against your face. It's not about injury, it's about dominance. You swing back, your tusks meet his, clashing in a brief, sharp moment of impact. He flinches just slightly, but then he shoves you, harder than before. Your grip slips, the ice vanishes beneath you. You crash into the water, the cold stealing your breath for a split second before your body adjusts. Above, the other walruses stand victorious, staring down at you. You shake yourself off and swim toward another part of the herd, pulling yourself onto a different ice sheet. It's not as good as the last one, but it'll do. This time, you lost, but you're still growing. Next time, things might be different. At 5 years old, life in the herd starts to feel normal. You've doubled in size since you were a calf. Your tusks have finally started to take shape. Other young walruses respect you more, and fights over ice space aren't as one-sided as they used to be. But in the open ocean, size means nothing. The herd is swimming today, spread out across the water as the adult leads the way. The sun glistens on the waves, and for a while, everything is peaceful. Then clicks. They come from everywhere, bouncing off the water in sharp, eerie bursts. You don't know where they're coming from, but the adults do. They start swimming faster. The younger walruses follow without hesitation. Then one of them disappears. It happens so fast. 1 second a walrus is ahead of you, swimming strong. The next one is gone. Then another vanishes. The ocean is no longer safe. Orcas are here. You kick harder, flippers cutting through the water. The clicks grow louder, echoing around you. The orcas know exactly where you are. A dark shape rushes past, then another. They don't attack immediately. They're waiting for someone to make a mistake. And that's when you feel it. The current shifts. Something is behind you. And this time, there's no ice to save you. The ocean surrounding you is alive with an eerie tension, a silent battlefield where the orcas have the advantage. Their clicks and whistles reverberate through the water, bouncing off ice, bodies, and waves, allowing them to pinpoint their targets with unnerving precision. You can't see them yet, but they know exactly where you are, lurking just beyond your vision, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. You swim harder, forcing your aching muscles to push through the frigid water as the herd moves as one, maintaining the only defense they have, numbers. Safety lies in unity, and as long as no one strays, the pod of orcas will hesitate to attack. But hesitation doesn't mean safety, and it certainly doesn't mean they won't try. The orcas are patient, intelligent, and relentless, and they don't need brute force to win this battle. They need only a single moment of weakness. It doesn't take long before that moment arrives. A younger walrus, barely more than a calf, loses his nerve and breaks away from the group. His movements are frantic and uncoordinated, his flippers thrashing in a desperate attempt to escape an enemy he cannot see. The mistake is instant, irreversible. Before he can correct himself, the water beneath him erupts, sending a violent ripple through the sea as an orca surges upward with terrifying speed. Its massive jaws clamp down around the struggling calf, dragging him beneath the surface with brutal efficiency. The attack is over in seconds, leaving nothing behind but a cloud of crimson dispersion through the waves. The herd does not stop. No one turns back. No one hesitates. There is no saving the weak. Survival in these waters depends on one's ability to keep moving, to resist fear, to push through exhaustion, no matter how much the body screams for relief. You don't need to be the fastest, but you cannot afford to be the slowest. The cold is seeping into your muscles, making each stroke feel heavier than the last. But you cannot slow down, not when you know they're still watching, still waiting. Your instincts scream at you to push forward. But before you can regain focus, a shift in the water sends a jolt of alarm through your body. A shadow moves beneath you, larger than anything you've ever seen. And before you can react, a powerful force slams into your side. The world becomes a blur of movement, bubbles, and disorientation as you spin uncontrollably. Your sense of direction vanishes, your flippers clawing at the water in an attempt to stabilize yourself. When you finally regain control, your vision clears just in time to see what's coming next. The orca is circling back. It doesn't need to rush. It knows you're vulnerable, separated from the safety of the herd. your body weakened by the impact of its initial strike. Panic surges through you, urging you to flee, but instinct tells you that escape is impossible. This isn't just any predator, it's an apex hunter, a creature evolved to dominate the sea with unmatched speed and strategy. It's not attacking blindly, it's toying with you, waiting for you to make the next move, waiting for the perfect moment to finish what it started. You kick desperately, forcing your body to propel forward, but the orca is already closing the distance. The surface is just within reach, but as soon as you break through and gulp in a precious breath of air, the water beside you erupts with terrifying force. The orca's open jaws rise from the depths, aiming directly for you. You dive. The motion is driven by sheer instinct, and you barely manage to evade the massive teeth snapping shut just inches from your flippers. The sheer force of the attack sends a shockwave through the water, but you don't stop to process it. You twist your body, angling downward, trying to make yourself a harder target. Your only hope now is to reach the herd again, to get back to the safety of your mother's presence. But the orca is relentless. You can hear the shift in the water, the vibrations of movement as it adjusts course, preparing for another strike. It's too close, too fast, and you're running out of options. In a final act of desperation, you do the one thing it isn't expecting. You stop swimming. For a brief moment, you go completely still. The orca hesitates. Prey is supposed to flee. It's supposed to panic, to exhaust itself in a hopeless attempt to escape. But you're not panicking. Not anymore. You hold your position just long enough to force the orca into uncertainty, just long enough to throw it off its rhythm. Then in the next heartbeat, you lunge forward, not away, but straight toward it. The sudden movement catches it off guard, and before it can react, your tusks scrape against its side, delivering a glancing blow. It's not enough to injure the massive predator, but it's enough to startle it. And that brief second of confusion is all you need. From below, a massive form surges upward. Your mother. She crashes into the orca with the full force of her weight, her tusks ramming into its belly with a powerful strike. The impact is enough to send the orca veering off course, forcing it to retreat. It doesn't stick around to retaliate. It knows the battle is lost. One by one, the orcas vanish into the deep, disappearing as quickly as they arrived. For now, the danger has passed, but nothing in the Arctic stays safe for long. Months pass, and with each day, you grow stronger. Your body thickening with layers of blubber that protects you from the relentless cold. Your tusks have grown. Not yet as impressive as the dominant bulls, but enough to command respect among the younger walruses. The Arctic is harsh, but you have learned its rules, understanding when to fight, when to flee, and when to hold your ground. But the world is changing. The ice is not as thick as it once was. The floes that once stretched endlessly across the sea have begun to break apart more frequently, forcing the herd to move farther in search of stable ground. Something is different, something unnatural, and it becomes undeniable when the sea trembles beneath you. A deep, mechanical hum vibrates through the water. At first, it is distant, an unfamiliar presence lurking just beyond sight. But as the days pass, it grows stronger, more pronounced, until the very ice beneath your massive body begins to shudder. The herd shifts uneasily, sensing the disturbance. Then, without warning, the ice beneath you splits apart, not from the natural cracking of shifting glaciers, but from something else, something massive rising from below. A dark metallic form emerges unlike anything you've ever encountered. Water pours off its surface as it breaches, its sleek body cutting through the ice with effortless power. The herd scatters in alarm, some plunging into the water, others scrambling onto what remains of the broken flow. The submarine lingers, unmoving, watching. It isn't a predator, yet it's not harmless. It does not hunt, but its presence alone has reshaped the world around you. It is a symbol of something greater, something you do not understand. But instinct tells you that its arrival marks the beginning of something irreversible. And as the ice continues to melt, as the Arctic shifts beneath your massive body, you realize that the battle for survival is no longer just against the predators of the deep. It is against the very world itself. Life as a walrus might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse.